Okay, welcome back to the channel. I'm currently on the shores of Moose Lake, the first and only lake on the Fraser River. First things first, I'll give you a good look of it. Anyways, we are in Mount Robson Provincial Park, which is the headwaters of the Fraser River, and I myself, first I will say we are right by the highway. The rest stop right there is the access point to Moose Lake. And anyways, I myself am from Abbotsford, BC, which is in the Fraser Valley. So the Fraser River is very important to me. And when I learned that this was the first and only lake on the Fraser River, I had to come back and canoe it. We'll talk more about it as we go. But basically my plan of attack today is to canoe along the side all the way to the end and back to the rest stop. I'm not 100% sure we're gonna achieve that goal, but that is the goal. So I'm ready to take off right now. I just keep talking too much. I got a peak breakfast skillet, freeze-dried, ready to go right now. So I'm gonna get in the boat, canoe, eat breakfast, and explore Moose Lake. Let's go.
As I head out onto Moose Lake, let me tell you more about the Fraser River. At 1,375 kilometers long, the mighty Fraser River is absolutely huge. Stretching from its headwaters here at Mount Robson to where it drains into the Pacific Ocean by Vancouver, the entirety of this behemoth lies inside the borders of British Columbia, making the Fraser River uniquely ours. This is an important river, one that has shaped our history and our landscape, and it will continue to do that for the rest of time. And that is why I'm here to explore Moose Lake, the only lake on the mighty Fraser River.
Well, I just pulled up on a beach here, and I'm right next to the big tree that I'm gonna dodge. But if you look over here, this is the Fraser River. It flows down that way, through here, into Moose Lake, and they'll flow out the other side into Overlander Falls, and then continues on until Abbotsford. Obviously it makes a big trek of a journey through there, but this is the start of it all, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna get back on the boat and we have a long paddle to go and head up this side all the way down. This place is beautiful. It's crazy the difference of water from here to where I'm from. Anyways, onwards, let's go.
Beyond this end of Moose Lake is the Moose Lake Marsh. I've been told it can be good for wildlife viewing, especially moose. Go figure. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have a chance to properly explore the marsh. I had other plans. I want to see the other end of the lake. So I'm headed east on the north side of Moose Lake, and it is beautiful. I've actually wanted to paddle this lake for a whole year now. I drove by it last year, learned about it later, and it's a big reason that I'm back here. And so far, I can honestly say it is absolutely living up to the hype.
So I just pulled up onto this beach here, and I was told there was good camping on this side of the lake by the campsite attendant at Lucerne, and I think I have found it. First of all, absolutely spectacular scenery, but a big old stack of firewood, a picnic table, a sort of other picnic table, another one, maybe that's a bench. You got spare chairs. Pretty sweet little spot. I do not have a huge amount of time to hang out. I feel like I got a long way to paddle and I am barely getting started, but I thought I would come check it out, enjoy the scenery. I'm gonna eat a granola bar and then we'll go back to it. What is that? Looks like a well-eaten hiking shoe. Anyways, let's go back in the canoe, continue on. I think I've gone less than 5K, so I have a long way to go. Anyways, let's go. Oh yeah, bud.
The same park ranger that told me about that camp spot also laughed at my plan of canoeing the whole lake. He told me it was too big, and he warned me about some hazards. It can get pretty windy, the water is really cold, and there's a current because it's on a river. And all that might be true, but in my experience, this place is a great place to paddle. I might even come back here one day to camp at that spot. But for now, I'm going to continue with my push to the end of the lake.
Okay, I just pulled ashore because something caught my eye. And if you look right there, there's a giant pile of feathers. And I assume that it used to be a bird. And I'm pretty sure that's probably its final resting place, which is kind of sad. But that is nature. We are just visiting. Anyways, I am making pretty good progress. I'm probably about 2/3 of the way done. And I'm just going to continue, push all the way to the end. The weather looks good. I believe it's going to continue to stay good. So yeah, I'm just going to push on to the end and see if we can see the outflow into the Fraser River. Let's continue.
To anyone that has spent some time by the Fraser River, you know just how different the landscape looks up here. Usually known for its sediment-filled waters, the crazy blue hue of Moose Lake doesn't remotely resemble the water it'll become. From here, up in the Rocky Mountains, this water will flow some 1,300 kilometers to the Strait of Georgia. On its way, it'll erode through the landscape, which will pick up a ton of sediment, turning the water brown. That sediment comes off the walls of the historic Fraser Canyon, and then the Fraser River will deposit that further down south in historic goldfields and very productive farmlands. My hometown of Abbotsford, BC, is a product of that sedimentary flow and those productive farmlands. It wouldn't exist without the Fraser River. You can draw a direct line from this water that I'm paddling on to my home some 1,300 plus kilometers away. And that is what makes this lake a special place.
Okay, so I'm back onto the Fraser River. If you see, that is Moose Lake, and it enters into the Fraser River. You can feel the current start to pick up, so this is as far as I wanted to travel. I do not want to go down another river that I cannot canoe back up. So this is good, and I was just canoeing Moose Lake anyways. And speaking of moose, I believe these are some big old moose prints. That one has 3 toes, but I think it's 2. Anyways, I believe they are moose prints. Makes sense. Moose River, Moose Lake, moose prints. Anyways, I keep saying anyways. Anyways, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I am just gonna hang out here, enjoy the last or a few minutes here on the Fraser River, and then I'm gonna get back on Moose Lake, head to the van. I canoed just about 13K to get here. It's 12.73K to this point, and that's gonna make for a long way back, but it is what it is. I'm here, we gotta get back. So that being said, I'm gonna get canoeing, and I will see you back at the van.
So I head back out, and this time I'm following the opposite shore. This side is the highway side and the railway side, and this side might not be as quiet and idyllic as the other. You still can't argue with these views. And to top it all off, I think I just found something that I need to check out.
Well, I just pulled up to something. I don't know exactly what, but there's an old cabin here. It says CN Moose Lake. I do not know exactly what or why this is here, but I guess that's probably in related to the railroad.
At this point, I realize that this just might be someone's cabin. Again. So I heeded the warnings and left. So I learned a few things here in Mount Robson. Number one being that I probably won't randomly discover a historic train station. So just stay in the canoe. That's probably actually the only thing I learned here, although that big pile of bird feathers did remind me to stay humble, which I am. And now I humbly ask you to please like and subscribe to this channel and maybe even donate to me on Patreon. But for now, I continue my journey back to the van. This will be my final adventure here in Mount Robson Provincial Park, because next, I'm headed to Alberta. I originally had one more thing that I planned to do here, but it fell through due to trail construction. Sucks for me, but that's just the notification reminding me that my time here is up. So now I have to say goodbye to my own little slice of Fraser River paradise, Moose Lake.
So we are officially back at the rest stop. The van's parked up in behind me. So that's it, Moose Lake, done, dusted. I am absolutely wiped right now. That was 24.75 kilometers or something like that. And that was a heck of a lot of paddling. But anyways, that is done, dusted. Moose Lake, the first lake on the Fraser. That's it for now. Peace.